Are you looking for the best high refresh rate monitors? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best monitors on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. LG 27G x790A-B. The best high refresh rate monitor we've tested is the LG 27G x790A-B. It's a premium 27-inch, 1440p OLED gaming monitor with a 480Hz refresh rate, making it a fantastic choice for competitive gamers. Motion looks extremely sharp on it thanks to its near-instantaneous response time, which is fast enough that the monitor makes full-color transitions before it draws the next frame. Combining this with its very low input lag for a responsive feel, it adds a minimal delay for a responsive feel. Although the monitor supports all common VRR formats, the biggest downside when it comes to gaming is that it has distracting VRR flicker in dark scenes. This is common with any OLED and occurs when the frame rate changes rapidly. To avoid this issue, you must set a frame rate cap or disable VRR. Besides that, your favorite games look realistic in detail thanks to its incredible picture quality. It displays deep and inky blacks in dark rooms, and small highlights pop against the rest of the image. If you can't find this monitor available in your region, you can also check out the similar Sony InZone M10s, although it tends to cost more. At number 2. BenQ ZOWIE XL2586X. Although the 480Hz refresh rate of the LG 27G x790A-B is high enough for most gamers, its 1440p resolution also requires more power from your PC compared to lower resolution displays. If you're a competitive esports gamer and want the highest refresh rate at the cost of a lower resolution, check out the BenQ ZOWIE XL2586X. It's an esports monitor with a 540Hz refresh rate for a smoother feel than the LG, but it doesn't have the same near-instantaneous response time. While this means that there's a bit more blur, fast-moving objects still look sharp at its max refresh rate. Another advantage of this monitor is that it has a versatile backlight strobing feature to reduce persistence blur. It works across a wide refresh rate range and effectively improves the appearance of motion at its max refresh rate. However, this monitor has some drawbacks compared to the LG. For example, its TN panel has much worse picture quality, particularly in dark rooms, and it doesn't support HDR at all, so this is something to think about before buying the monitor. At number 3. ASUS ROG Strix OLED XG2431. If you care about achieving better picture quality than the BenQ ZOWIE XL2586X and don't mind settling for a monitor with a lower refresh rate, consider the ASUS ROG Strix OLED XG2431. It differs from the BenQ in that it's a 27-inch, 1440p QD OLED, offering significantly improved picture quality with deep blacks in dark rooms and bright highlights. Additionally, it displays more vivid colors than the LG 27G x790A-B, resulting in the best picture quality among the 2 previous monitors mentioned, and it's a fantastic choice for HDR gaming. However, because it's a QD OLED, deep blacks look purple in bright rooms, so you need to use it in a dark room to get the best picture quality. The biggest trade-off of getting this versus the LG or the BenQ is that it has a lower 360Hz refresh rate, so gaming doesn't feel as smooth. That said, it still has a near-instantaneous response time for sharp motion, better than that of the BenQ, and it has low input lag for a responsive feel. It even has a black frame insertion (BFI) feature to reduce persistence blur, though it only operates at a fixed 120Hz or 180Hz refresh rate. At number 4. ASUS ROG Swift OLED PG27 UCDM. If you don't need the highest refresh rate, there are plenty of fantastic 240Hz monitors you can consider. If that's what you're interested in, check out the ASUS ROG Swift OLED PG27 UCDM. It's a premium QD OLED monitor that has a higher 4K resolution than the ASUS ROG Strix OLED XG2431, so it offers the best of both worlds with high refresh rates and detailed images. That said, you need a powerful computer to take advantage of it with 4K at 240Hz signals. Luckily, it features high-bandwidth HDMI and DisplayPort 2.1 ports, allowing for full utilization of modern high-end graphics cards, and supports all common VRR formats. It features low input lag for a responsive feel, the same sharp motion that OLEDs are known for, and a BFI, backlight image enhancement, feature to improve motion appearance, but it only works with fixed 120Hz signals. Its QD OLED panel also offers fantastic picture quality with vivid colors, bright highlights, and deep blacks in dark rooms. However, the black levels are compromised in bright rooms, and if that's an issue for you, consider the ASUS ROG Strix OLED XG32 UCWMG instead. It's a glossy OLED that maintains low black levels in bright rooms. Additionally, it features a dual mode that boosts its 240Hz refresh rate to 480Hz, albeit at a lower 1080p resolution. However, it has a few less features than the PG27 UCDM, and colors aren't as vivid. At number 5. ViewSonic XG2431. If you're on a budget and looking for a high refresh rate monitor, the ViewSonic XG2431 is a good choice. Besides its lower 1080p resolution, the biggest trade-off in the budget category is a loss of picture quality, which is evident when comparing this monitor to the ASUS ROG Swift OLED PG27 UCDM. It doesn't display the same deep, inky blacks with bright highlights, so it appears worse in HDR. Another difference is that because it isn't an OLED, it doesn't have the same near-instantaneous response time as the ASUS. However, with a 240Hz refresh rate, it's still good enough for most gamers. Additionally, it features a unique backlight strobing function that many entry-level monitors lack. It works across a wide range of refresh rates, and you can customize the flicker to your liking, which helps improve the appearance of motion. However, if you don't need this feature and find the monitor too expensive, you can also consider the Dell G2524H. It has a 280Hz refresh rate, but it performs worse overall in terms of motion handling than the ViewSonic.